I think one of our better days was the day that Latonque met Thomas.
Indeed. I think they became fast friends.
Yes, and finally someone with the patience for the tiny little thing. Apparently he was trying to convince a mercenary he was a rat catcher, and vice versa.
Well, I mean, he certainly has dealt with a lot of rats.
I'm not sure I'd have put up with the conversation for as long as he did. It was just as well your dog spotted the two of them.
Doggo's a good doggo.
Just a pity that Latonque didn't mention to maybe keep an eye out for the other two tallest people in the market.
It probably wouldn't really have known how to describe us.
I'm sure we should have done something about that.
I don't like to pry into other people's business too much.
Unfortunate, given that that's what we spent the rest of the day doing.
Well, we got about. We went to see that orc.
Yes, I'm still not sure that the guard captain is entirely confident in himself. 5 people went missing and reappeared, and it was strange. Let's just leave them lying around. Perhaps he thought we needed the exercise.
Maybe they just didn't have enough space in the cells.
We certainly got to work filling those.
Anyway, so then there was the neighbours. The neighbours had gone, and the rat-bag kids had been pretty quiet for once.
Yes. It's amazing. He was so grumpy he could even make that sound problematic.
But then he told me about his bunnies.
I'm not sure he so much told us as squeaked it out under duress, but...
I mean, that's sort of the same thing, right?
It's how people generally talk to me.
I can imagine.
And then... to the fruit stall, was it?
Aye, gotta love some fruit.
So outside the woodsman's house, you're still in the kind of residential area of the town. The nervous-looking elf guardsman is still nearby, and he can show you the way if you'd like.
I would not like.
Okay.
No?
I would like to speak to the neighbour who reported the half-orc missing.
Okay.
Because his whole thing is he goes away into the woods and then comes back when he pleases, and that it's not that weird for him to have gone missing. So I want to know what it was that she picked up on that she thought was weird enough to report.
Okay. How does everybody else feel about that plan?
Okay.
Sold.
All right. She's actually not a person of interest that the guardsman knows, so you guys will have to do a little bit of door knocking.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Can't we just turn around and ask him to point at the house?
Yep,
one. You can.
We do that.
So you've walked out of the house, and now, after a brief moment, you knock on his door, opening it, finding him just kind of moodily glaring at you. He's not very happy that he's been forced to give up his secret about his bunny hutch.
All right, we're back again. Just wondering, could you point us out which house it is with the nosy neighbour?
With a grunt, he kind of gets up, trudges over to the door. One of the guardsmen kind of shifting like he's getting ready to stop him, but he just points out his door across the way to the house directly across from him. Latonque, make a perception check.
Oh, Jesus. Rolling already?
Yeah. We started pretty quick, too.
It's almost like we're getting good at this.
Yeah.
Is perception just D20?
Yes.
I thought you had like a +2 to it.
And a wisdom, yes.
Oh, wisdom. Yeah, +2.
Why do I know your stuff better than you do? I don't even know my own stuff.
10.
Okay. Unfortunately, you don't notice anything in particular.
Okay, that's annoying because you've now made me aware that there's something interesting.
Something smells interesting, certainly.
Is there a reason this is Latonk specific?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's a smell in the air.
Apparently there isn't.
There's no such
I
smell.
wonder how bad your head smells.
Yeah, I reckon like I'd just have like a single dreadlock.
Yeah, you've probably just got like a Polish plait and the worst case of rot head ever.
I thought you meant because of all the blood from putting the decapitated dog head on the pot.
Well, I feel like that's only going to add to the scent, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's the only one that didn't have a bath as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I don't notice what there is to notice, which I didn't know before you mentioned anything.
That's correct.
Good.
you probably can't smell it over yourself.
Not anxious at all now.
Anyways, the house is just directly across from the woodcutter's hut.
Shall we then?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so the three of you plus Doggo, plus the guardsman who just kind of wanders behind you, giving you guys a wide berth.
Plus Thomas.
Yes, plus
Right.
Thomas.
Thomas is with us.
You're not going to forget your boy, are you?
No, I'm not going to forget him.
Latonk and Thomas are best buds after Latonk almost threatened to like stab him with a dart. Jeez, the party of 6 wander over to this house. As you draw closer, Latonk, you definitely hear movement inside, but you can't like make anything distinct out about it.
I mean, this is a house, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Someone's home.
yeah.
So I'm just going to gesture for the guardsman to do the knocking.
Okay. It takes him a second for him to realize, and he shuffles forward and kind of knocks with the bottom part of his fist against the door. You hear a squeal from inside,
A squeal like fear or a squeal like pain?
like fear.
Or pigs. Oh.
No pigs, sorry.
No. I wanted to talk to the pigs. Is anyone home?
No?
Are you absolutely sure there's no one home?
I'm home.
Could you maybe open the door then? It'd be a bit easier to have this conversation.
To the right of the door is like a shoddy window. There are no curtains or glass. It's not a very nice house, but you can see a shift in illumination behind the wooden slatted. I guess they'd be like window cover, not curtains, but whatever.
Shutters?
Blinds? Shutters, that's it.
Yeah, behind the shutters. Do I have to?
I mean, it'd be really helpful. And this guard thinks it's important. And I wink at the guard.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Says the guard. Uh,
Come on now, quick smarts.
Okay. And you hear shuffling towards the door, and the door opens just slightly. Through the crack in the door, you can see like a young-looking human girl.
Hello there. Are you family home?
I don't have family.
No family? Who looks after you then?
I do.
And you live here all on your own?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you lived here on your own?
A few weeks now.
And what happened before that?
I don't really want to talk about it. Who are you?
We're with this guard.
The guard kind of waves now, like a little more confident. Okay. Am I in trouble?
I hope not. But if you answer our questions, we'll be able to be on our way that much quicker.
Okay.
So, before a couple of weeks ago, who was looking after you? Did you have family then?
Yeah, my older brother lived with me.
Anyone else?
No.
So when we spoke to the woodcutter, he said a woman had reported him from across the way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone have any thoughts?
Ask her why she reported the guy missing.
Why don't you ask her? You're standing right here.
So are you. You took the lead.
Because you're the gentle one. I feel like out of the madman with a pan on his head and the angry-looking tiefling.
You've established rapport.
I don't believe I have.
I don't think out of the party of 3, it's funny that the 7-foot-tall Firbolg is considered the gentle one. To me, anyways.
I can be gentle.
You never heard of a gentle giant?
I have.
That's the whole thing.
What about Gentle Ben? Huge, angry, dangerous, and gentle.
You reported the half-orc across the road as missing. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Is he okay?
He's fine. Why did you report him missing?
You hear her shuffle behind the door.
Enough with the playing cards now, come on.
Wow. He's just normally back by a certain time, and I was worried.
Well, it seems like he's got himself in quite a bit of trouble now. People are very concerned about him. Now, when did he reappear, if you were so concerned that he'd gone?
I didn't see him come back. I might have been asleep by then.
And is he sometimes back after you get to sleep?
No? He's very regular.
Like if it's Any thoughts, anyone?
What time does he usually get back?
He comes back in the evenings, maybe an hour or so after dark. Dark being relative, because it changes.
Do you have any pets?
Me?
Yes.
No? Your go-to is talking to animals.
It's all I've got. It's all I know.
Well, my go-to's just bullying
Just a
things.
druid
So.
girl living in a lonely world.
Did you notice anything else strange about last night?
It was really quiet. There's a house pretty far from here. Well, I guess it's not that far, but I'm pretty good at listening. Maybe 6 or 7 houses down that way. It's usually pretty loud, but it was really quiet last night.
Okay.
Is that the family that owns the fruit stall?
Oh, might be. I don't really go out.
I see. Well, thank you for helping us. One last question. You said that you were looking after yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How?
What do you mean?
Well, housing costs money. Food costs money.
Well, before my brother died, he saved up a lot.
And when that runs out?
Well, when he died, the guild gave me a lot of money.
What guild?
The guild.
The guild of?
Guild thing? I don't know.
What did your brother do?
He was an adventurer.
Hmm.
You hear Thomas snort. The Adventurer Guild. They're a organization that takes on anybody who can swing a sword, sends them on quests.
Perilous, are they?
Sometimes. I don't really trust them. I don't really do organizations.
Understandable.
I think we're done here.
For now. May I ask your name, miss?
I'm Lena.
Lena.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Is the orc okay?
We're not sure at the moment, but we'll keep investigating and find out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I will turn to go.
Cool. So, I mean, that corroborates what the half-orc was saying about that house, which is usually loud and then was quiet last night.
How about we head to the half-orc then?
Back to the half-orc.
Not the half-orc, the market owner person house a few doors down.
Fruit
Yeah, that's the one.
Do you want to go to the house or do you want to go to the stall? Because it's daytime, so probably stall?
It's fine with me.
Yeah.
All right. So the fruit stall is actually open, and being manned by a I said he was human, right?
You did, but on the way to the stall, I'd like to talk to the little wimpy guard.
Okay.
I basically just want to ask him if there's anything in the town that's going to look after that little girl.
What do you mean look after her?
Well, you said that it was a young girl living on her own, who seems to have no understanding of things like jobs.
It's not really my department.
Can't remember. Just to check, like, when you said that Lena was, like, young, you meant like it was a kid, right?
You couldn't tell. She was through a door.
Well, I'm assuming she'd have sounded like her age. Did she sound like an adult?
She sounded
You're
young.
getting into dangerous territory here.
What?
Oh, she sounded like an adult.
No, I'm trying to make her more child, not less child.
That doesn't make this sound better.
Why am I making this worse for myself? I'm worried about her. Why can't you let me be nice?
Because we live in an age where adults aren't allowed to be friendly to children
She's
without
not
being
even
suspect.
real and you're giving me a hard time.
You wanted to talk to the guard, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted to know if Lena seemed young enough that I'd be worried that she couldn't adult for herself.
Roll a perception check for me.
5.
I'm going to say that Enough's secret, quiet, soft heart, she definitely saw a child. Whether or not that's accurate is not for Enough to know, but for you to know that you rolled a 5.
And no metagaming.
I do like how you rolled exactly half of what I had. I rolled 8 plus 2, and you rolled 4 plus 1.
Alright, don't rub it in that you're 10 suddenly looking good. Or that Latonk's somehow wiser than me. I'm not the one with a pan stuck on my head.
That's not what to do with wisdom, is it?
Yeah, big horns make it a lot harder.
Should they make a lot of things a lot harder?
You can marry it.
If you're into horns.
Not where I was going, god damn it.
There's a reason they called me Filth Wizard.
I was thinking like hats.
I realise that, like, you're in a conversation that, like, Jen's present for.
Hello.
So, you definitely think she was a child enough.
Okay. So I'm just gonna quiz the guard on if there's anything to look after, like, young people that, without anyone to look after them.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Again, that's not really my department.
And whose department would it be?
I don't know.
And you're supposed to look after the town?
I'm supposed to arrest drunks and fight bandits.
And the reason you do that is?
Because it's a legal version of being a hoodlum.
I like your honesty, but your delivery's a bit shite.
Enough's gonna stop talking to him before she starts setting him on fire. So, trees.
Hello.
Should we get some lunch before we start upsetting the stall holder?
Well, I figured since we were going to a fruit store holder, perhaps we could just get some fruit.
My point being, they'd probably never sell us anything again.
That's why you buy first.
That was my
Exactly.
point.
So,
My treat, is it?
fruit for lunch.
Yeah, go on, splash out for us on some fucking fruit.
Why don't you pay your own way, you cheeky monkey?
Okay, so paint me a fruit stall, Nick.
Yes, with your plan well in hand, you make it to the market square.
I love how we've just planned for offending everyone we meet. That was that plan.
Yeah.
That wasn't a plot.
How was that not that plan?
The plan was we were going to buy fruit before we got into conversation with them.
That doesn't mean to
With-
say that we're not going to insult them at some point.
With
No, it doesn't mean we are going to insult them.
with the foresight
I
that
feel like
it's
we're insuring against
Have
it.
you met us?
Yeah, you're the one who talks because the other two will fuck it up.
Right.
all right. So you make your way to the market square, which is actually pretty busy today. You'd been by before. It was not that busy, but it's not like it was abandoned. But there definitely seemed to be more people around. You're not sure why. The guardsman leads you over to a large, pretty well-off looking fruit stand, but there's nobody around. Probably because there's two guards standing like right next to it, glaring daggers at the man who's desperately trying to get people to come to the stand itself. He spots the two of you, the six of you, and gestures you over quickly. It's lunchtime, and I'm sure that you could use some fresh food.
That's
I-
quite right.
Oh, perfect.
What have you got there?
Oh, we have any kind of fruit that you're looking for. We have winter melons.
What can I get for a 1 gold piece?
A lot. What are you looking for?
How much could I get for 2 gold pieces?
Twice that amount, I would assume.
That's where the fucking money is!
Did you say tell us where the money is?
Have you considered like putting price labels on things?
But then what would I do?
You'd stand there and take money and people wouldn't have to talk to you. Some people have anxiety issues talking to people in public.
If I give you 3 gold pieces, can I take everything in this fruit stand?
No.
I used to work on a fruit stand. I can promise you that, like, putting labels up was the best thing that I ever did. Just cut the conversation right down. No one wanted to talk to me anymore. It was
Is
great.
enough saying this, or is this Becky?
Oh yeah,
saying
enough used to work on a fucking fruit stand.
Perhaps
What about 4 gold pieces?
Jesus.
Let's start over, Pan Master. What kind of fruit do you want?
I'm not too sure. I just want food and to get past this awful piece of dialogue.
Wow. All right.
James just hitting
What
X
is the
on the
Thomas
controller.
charisma?
Come on!
Oh fuck! Latonic's got -1 on charisma. Cool. I can be this bit of a dick.
You say that's in character
paying
for you to
hard
be
this
about
week.
as smooth as toast.
What's my charisma? Oh, sweet! I have a negative charisma. I can be an asshole if I want to be.
5 gold pieces.
Jesus.
Okay, here, I'll take 5 gold pieces.
And I take everything.
No,
Well, what are you taking 5 gold pieces from?
I will
Four.
give you. I will give you fruit.
What, 1 piece of fruit for 5 gold pieces?
No, not 1 piece of fruit.
Well, how much fruit? Oh, jeez.
He
This
makes
is
me-
why trees
so
needs to talk.
he
Right.
he gathers a
Enough's just
small
gonna
basket
step
of
in.
fruit and just pushes it into Latonk's hands.
Give him 1 gold piece.
No!
Enough's head's just going to
What
be in
are
her
you
hands.
trying to
like-
achieve?
Alright.
How much gold do you want to spend?
I will buy all the fruit in the kingdom.
None.
He takes the basket back.
Right.
Trees,
Trees, do you want to have a go?
Right, Enough's just going to get out, 5 gold pieces. Does the basket look enough for everyone?
Yes.
Right, I'm just going to buy that and apologise.
Finally. And
Spent 5 gold pieces on a basket of fruit.
Spent 5 gold pieces on this moment being over. The fruit was incidental.
he gives you a small bow. Thank you for knowing how a stall works.
You'd be surprised how unlikely that is among this group.
What do you mean you know how a store works? You don't have fucking prices on the fruit.
You come up, you tell me what you want, and I give you the price. It's not that difficult.
Seems a
I
bit
don't
shady.
underst-
You can change your prices at any time. That's why you need little signs, right?
Rip-off merchant.
Latonk, have you shopped here before?
No.
Well, there goes my theory as to why you disappeared the last time. Anyway, sir, while we have you, I was wondering if I could perhaps ask about the recent spate of disappearances. I understand you've been caught up in it.
Yeah, I'm sure you and everybody wants to know. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I was here in town, just being away from my terrible wife and my loud children, having a drink, and then suddenly it was hours later.
Where were you having a drink?
I was at the Dirty Dog.
With?
With a
With anyone?
beer? No,
No one else, right? Okay.
no.
And your loud children.
Uh-huh.
Can you fathom for me why all your neighbours reported them to be quiet? For a change?
Maybe my useless wife did something? I don't know.
I get the impression that marriage is not really for you. So, what's going on?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, some people, strange people in foreign lands, perhaps it's just me, I've encountered marriages where people are quite happy in the whole situation. What did your father trade you for some goats or something?
Well, her father traded her for some goats.
Not goats of very high quality?
I mean, it was advantageous. We were able to start a small farm in a small town, saved up enough to make it over here. She bore me sons and a daughter and some more sons, and they're all loud.
I don't understand human marriage.
No, this is subhuman, Trees dear. That's to go with the 6 I just rolled on persuasion, by the way.
You know, I'm right here.
I was going to try and persuade him to tell me a bit more, but I rolled a 6, so I'm just leaning into being a tosser now.
Jesus.
All right. Yeah, cool. Just come to my stand, waste my time, and I guess insult me and my species. That's
no one
fine.
else is biting your fucking fruit, are they?
Well, nobody else is comfortable with the guards here.
Right.
I know
just
you
rolled a
can't see them, but they're
17
right
for
here.
intimidation.
Uh-huh.
So, as he's getting a little bit uppity, she's just going to go sort of give him the full scarers with the red eyes and the shaking floor and the leaning forward.
Mm-hmm.
Now, perhaps you misunderstand your position. We are here to investigate a spate of disappearances. We have tried to be civil with you, but you are not showing yourself to deserve it. Now, why don't you start talking and stop complaining?
He like visibly cows and just kind of recoils a little bit. Oh, what? You're ruining my business. What do you want?
We want to know where everyone went, why they disappeared, why they came back acting differently. Now, the only thing ruining your business is you, because we do not want to be doing this. You do not want to be waiting while we are forced to struggle past you to do so.
I don't think it was that weird for me to be out. My wife knows when I come home. That's why I was confused why she said that I was gone for so long. I didn't think I was gone that long, and maybe it was and whatever, but I was drinking.
Does anyone else have anything to add, or am I just going to carry on shouting at him?
I think we're going to have to talk to the fucking wife.
I feel sorry for the fucking wife. We should take her a fruit basket
I
or
think
something.
we're going to feel sorry for ourselves in a second.
Yeah, let's head to the wife's house. I guess she's the elf, right? Human man and the
No.
elf woman? Or is this the human
No.
family?
No, there's a different couple. Maybe they're happy.
Yes.
Ah,
Maybe they're useful.
maybe. Okay. So yeah, let's head over to the house.
Enough's going to be a bit of a jerk and just make sure that the earthquake knocks a load of his shit over as she's leaving.
All right. Yeah, you can do that pretty easily. He lets out an exasperated groan as just a bunch of fruit topples over onto the ground.
If it didn't need barking at, I wouldn't be using thaumaturgy.
Could have had 5 gold, mate.
What's the point of having a doggo and barking yourself?
Doggo barks.
Good boy.
Enough's just going to go to shove her an apple in her mouth to shut her up.
Oh, thanks very much.
As the guard leads you to the house, Thomas lets out a soft chuckle and he goes, "I like you guys."
Oh, we like you to offend.
Thank you. Apple?
Okay. He takes the apple and munches.
He's gonna munch, he's gonna crunch.
I like the idea that his intelligence lets him down and he just eats it, through.
Why wouldn't you eat it through?
Because you end up getting the seeds and they're really bad for you. Please tell me you don't do that as well as the lemon thing.
Yeah.
Oh god, you're broken.
Yes.
Eating lemon rind?
On occasion, but generally just I'll eat a lemon through. But yeah, if there's a slice of lemon in a glass, I'll eat the whole thing.
That's tight.
As tight as my lips when I'm sucking that lemon. So as we approach the house, I'm gonna tap Enough on the shoulder and cast guidance for a bonus +4 on your next roll.
So we're approaching the house of the Noisy family.
Yep.
Yes. And it is quiet.
Dun dun dun.
Perception. Hey, oh, for fuck's sake. I was going to try and see if it was just quiet or if it was really quiet, like if I could hear anything at all inside. I guess I can't. With a 6 + 2.
You hear, movement, but not a lot of movement.
Should we knock then?
Your turn.
And I will knock.
I feel like it's always Trees' turn.
It was the girl's turn last time. Apparently Enough
Sure.
doesn't do anything for herself, apart from pay for shit.
That's what she pays for.
I mean, rude. I also shout at people. I'm not just one note. There's at
Just
least
like
2.
a rich person. Just like a rich person.
Neither of them are good notes, but I have more than one.
Well, so any response to the knocking?
Yes, after a few moments, a lady comes to the door. You'd guess that she's over 30. She looks a little beleaguered, but in otherwise good spirits. She gives you a bright smile. Oh, hello.
Hello. Are you the wife of a particularly irritating fruit stall owner?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
I don't know. How do you put up with him?
patience.
You must have the patience of a saint, love.
Would you like to come in?
Oh, that'd be lovely.
All I'm saying is if Trees has handled the stall and it would have gone a lot better.
I feel like you were the one who set us up to fail. You couldn't buy fruit. At least I got
5
past
gold and he gave me a fucking basket.
I was just waiting for a pause in the fruit buying to come in.
that. I'm telling myself it was a big enough basket. Like, there's a party of 6, and when I was like, is this enough for everyone? Nick were like, yeah. Or are we not counting the dog in that?
Like 3 bunches of grapes is probably enough for 6 people.
Oh, I hadn't thought of grapes. No grapes for Dogger.
I am a big lass. I don't think just a grapes is going to
I've got
happen.
to say, there's a Furbolg, a giant tiefling, and a half-orc. It's not going to be like Slim Pickens.
So the tongue just gonna have 3 grapes and be like, oh, that's enough for me, thanks.
So the lady gestures you all in. You can all barely squeeze into this house. It's not really big, but it does have some creature comforts that you have not observed in other houses. There's tables and plenty of chairs and like rugs, a few vases. The lady goes back to tending to I guess it'd be a cauldron over fire. As
Not
there
a
are,
pot, a full cauldron. Are there like
Yeah.
frogs in it, and like, does it glow?
Is cauldrons only used for witchcraft?
I would
Yeah.
have said a large cooking pot. I wouldn't have said a cauldron.
If you'd have said a large cooking pot in the first place, it wouldn't have got stuck on your head, mate.
It
If I'd
is.
seen it in the first place, it wouldn't have got stuck on my head.
Its definition is a large metal pot for cooking over an open fire. I believe this fits.
Yeah, but
So
a
it's
big
a
cooking pot wouldn't have led us down this little...
Yeah, it wouldn't be like, what, you mean a cauldron?
Yeah. Can it be a big cooking pot just for me? I'd feel better if it was.
Fine. It's a big cooking pot. Now it's red, so it's not a cauldron in my eyes.
Red? Why is it red? What,
Would they
from
have
the
had
heat, or is
heat-proof
it just
paint in
painted
those
red?
days?
What?
Oh, it's got one of them red spots. Must have been blessed by that wizard Teflon.
Right, I'm happy.
It's rusty red on the outside, probably because it's old. Anyway, she's cooking.
Oh, I just spat on myself.
Why?
So why
What
it's
is it?
quiet? Is she cooking her own
I know you've
children?
got self-esteem issues, but why are you spitting on yourself?
Just, I don't have any grace or dignity either.
Those things are overrated. She tells herself.
Glad you think so. It's you that has to be seen with me.
Anyway,
Right, so she's cooking, hopefully not her own children. Have we seen those yet? I mean, there's 4
Yeah,
of them. We've
they're
got to
all
have noticed at least one.
Yeah, they're all sitting nearby, just like reading.
Do they look like they've been at the family ginger cake?
I don't know what that means.
Literally one person would.
yeah, when I was very little, my mum used to make hash cake so that I would keep fucking quiet. And she made it in ginger cake. You shouldn't give 4-year-olds drugs, it's bad for their brains. This has been a public service announcement.
It's an important one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So yeah, do the kids look like a bit out of it, or do they just look like they've decided to stop being ratbags?
make a perception check.
Oh, God.
With your +4, with your +4.
Oh, yeah.
Well, plus D4, anyway.
8 plus 1. 9.
9!
Nice. They look fine.
Okay, I want to touch myself for guidance, and because apparently that's how it works. And I want to have a sort of general investigate as much as I can without being overly obvious. Natural 20 plus 3.
Nice.
I see everything.
Why do you get all the good rolls?
I don't
I'm
know.
burning through the bad ones.
Yeah, we're using up all the bad ones for her.
Oh, thanks.
So enough. You have like a close peer at the children, and they are incredibly docile. Like especially for a large, strange lady just coming into the house and just like peering at them. They don't really pay you any mind. Trees, as you kind of glance around, there are some things that catch your eye. The house seems very clean, like almost like they took the morning to just clean up. There are a few things out of place. One being that near one of the windows, there seems to be some kind of heavy water spotting, like drying, like somebody dumped something from that window.
Okay.
And more than a few things appear to have been rearranged or moved recently. Some of the books and chairs and surfaces.
Okay, it's moved.
Is there an upstairs to this house?
There is.
Okay.
Uh,
So I've been hearing from a lot of the locals that usually your kids have been pretty noisy. They seem perfectly calm though. What's something changed?
Oh, well, I simply decided last night that I should do better as a wife and do as much as I can to keep the children from trouble and lead them on a good path.
Very noble.
Thank you.
Was there something that prompted that?
I don't suppose so.
It seems strange it coincided with the night your husband went missing.
I'll admit he does do that quite often, and this is the first time I've reported it, but it just seems so alarming.
What was so alarming about last night over any other night then?
I don't know. It was just unsettling, and really, he should be home with his family.
Ah. I want to roll insight. I want to know if she's telling the truth. D20 plus 6.
And what part does Trees think she might be lying about?
Literally anything she's saying. I don't trust anything she's saying. So that is, oh Jesus. Botch plus 6, so 7, and then a 4, so 11.
Well, the 1 is gonna pretty much override most of that.
Yeah, I guess.
Trees, you don't know if it's just the bad impression from the fruit stand guy or kind of the gentle nobility and sympathy that you have for this lady's position, but there's absolutely nothing that seems unreasonable what she's saying.
I don't like how she's acting either. Like, I've never woken up and gone, do you know what I should do? I should be really miserable for the sake of everyone else. So, would that be an insight, an investigation, or like a medicine? Like, does it look like she's been hit on the head?
Well, what is enough looking into?
If she's genuine, or if she's being driven to behave differently?
Okay. You can do perception.
Okay. That's a shame, because my investigation's way better.
Well, you can do investigation then.
Yes. 23, not natch.
Okay. So the pieces to enough are not adding up. Something about just like this lady's general demeanor screams that she should definitely be like in a miserable position, but she seems to be putting on an overly happy, responsible front. You get that something's amiss.
Letonk is going to try and sneak upstairs, I think.
Okay.
Only you know.
Stealth plus 5. 15 to just sort of slide all the way and go upstairs.
Interesting. Let me see. So, as you go up the stairs, just waiting as fading into the background, trying to avoid attention. Nobody seems to notice except one of the kids who kind of looks sharply in your direction.
Oh shit.
How would he know?
I won't fucking know. Letonk keeps trying to sneak upstairs.
All right. Thomas catches your eye, and he gives you a quizzical look.
How does he do
Or-
that?
No, he
Okay,
doesn't.
catches your eye. He catches sight
Does
of
he catch
you.
his handle?
He catches sight of Letonk, and although Letonk can't see it, he gives him a quizzical look. Letonk looks towards the group of kids, one of whom is just locked eyes straight on Letonk, who I'm going to say can't perceive that a child has noticed him. Trees and enough, you notice Thomas trudge over to the kid who is staring at Letonk, and he pulls out a small axe off his belt, and he goes, "Hello, small child. This is an axe. Not my favorite axe, but it is a good axe. Would you like to hold it?
Okay.
I mean, I'd have led with, like, a food-based distraction, maybe?
The child accepts.
I mean, Latonka could just keep trying to go upstairs, yeah.
How long are these stairs?
They're not that long, but Latonka is...
He'll be going up slower, won't he?
Yeah, Latonka is also a half the size of a normal person.
Yeah, but he's got his speedy monk movement.
It's true.
It's got a proper name, I don't know it.
An armoured movement.
Make one more stealth check for me, Latonka.
19.
Nice. So, you hear Thomas kind of walk towards the middle of the room and just start talking, which you take as your opportunity to bound your way up the stairs.
Cool.
How does the mother react to this, like, giant bloke she's never met giving a kid an axe? Because I'd have questions.
She's actually pretty serene about it. She looks over, the child looks back at the mother, who shakes her head, and the child says, "No, thank you." Thomas actually does look a little bit sad as he picks the axe back up and tucks it onto his belt.
Thomas was forever alone.
I'm in a weird position now because I don't know what to do now.
We've split the party. Why did we split the party?
Go snooping!
It's always James. It's always Latonka off on his own.
He doesn't do people
He's looking
very
for
much.
something to ride round on, isn't he? He's not even part of the investigation anymore. He's just frisking them for ferrets or whatever.
Or just one strapped to each foot like some kind of roller skates.
Oh, God.
Is that your plan with the bunny?
I like the idea of, like, a moving carpet of them. Just laid back on a pile of ferrets. Like, yeah, this works.
Monk on the ferrets.
So, what does Latonka find upstairs except himself?
Latonka will never find himself.
All that meditating gone to waste.
Well, that was a bit existential.
He's a monk. He's eternally searching for the self. So, Latonka, upstairs, you definitely do not hear any movement, nor do you smell anything out of the ordinary. But you are, for the purposes of the game, blind, so you can't see anything.
Well, this was worthwhile.
What would be a good idea, dude?
Take the fucking pan off.
Yeah, we really need to take him to a blacksmith's. Why haven't we done that yet? Can we make that next job?
I assumed you had a reason.
I feel like he's just been too broke to pay someone to fix it till now.
I could give it a tag.
I mean, he might, thank you.
Usually charge for that.
Would Latonka have been aware of the fact that downstairs seems like it's been cleaned up and tidied?
Well, it might smell like fidgeting.
Yeah, you didn't roll a perception check downstairs, so I'm going to say Latonka was laser focused on getting upstairs for some reason.
And Latonka, with his advanced sense of smell, wouldn't have, detected the smell of bleach or anything.
Well, you didn't smell bleach, I can tell you that.
You watch, she's going to be the one person we've met that knows prestidigitation, isn't it? We should bring her into the party, she could help.
Latonka suspects that something's happened in the house, so he's going to try and investigate. Oh, no, that's right, he's looking for something specific, but he doesn't know what.
Okay. I'll let you do investigation.
3!
Nice. It is inconclusive. You poke around, like, your caution is definitely interfering with your ability to investigate. You poke around, not wanting to cause too much noise and alert people to the fact that you're upstairs, but the limited space in which you're willing to venture right now prevents you from finding anything useful, or at all.
Okay.
Downstairs, enough's going to be keeping, like, half an eye on the stairs for when Latonka starts to come back down.
Mm-hmm.
Did enough see me go upstairs?
I'm going to say that they saw Thomas get up and talk to the child, at which point they noticed you going up the stairs.
Well, I'm going to look around, count one pan, realise that it's currently making dinner, and be like, something's missing.
Allowed, or?
Yes, I'm going to announce to the room that I'm going to keep an eye on the stairs for our party member that has sneaked away unseen.
Not that bit. The missing pan. Right. Anyway. So, kids, how's things at home here?
They all kind of look at you blankly. They look at each other, and then one of them goes, "It's okay."
Yeah, your dad's alright, is he?
I guess.
You don't seem too sure.
I don't know what you're asking.
I think these kids are shifty as fuck. Right.
What would an arcana do to tell me if there is
Oh shit.
something weird with these kids? Like, are they enchanted?
Body snatchers.
Yeah, you could do that.
Alright, 13.
You roll an 8.
But I've got a +5. So suck it. It's 13.
Lucky.
There is something vaguely magical going on here. You can't pinpoint it. It's not. It might not even be something that you're familiar with.
If I whispered that to trees, you get detect magic, don't you?
Yeah, so I will cast my once a day free action of detect magic. So an aura forms around objects or creatures that you can see, indicating that it is magical. It must be within 30 feet. I also learn what school of magic it has, if it has one.
I'm going to make a point of, like, staring at the roof and then at the floor for a bit, to sort of nudge you that check upstairs and downstairs too.
I will do that as well.
Yeah, you can't hide nothing from us, Nick.
Well, one. Are you doing this sneakily or unsneakily? Because you are giving off an aura and very openly casting a spell.
Let's see.
I thought only you could see the auras.
Yeah, I can see the aura. But it has vocal and somatic, so yeah, I would have said something while I was doing the magic.
I feel like we could be smooth enough to teamwork this, and I just talk loudly, like, while she's doing it, so that no one hears it. Can we pretend we were that smooth?
Yeah, you had just whispered the thing to me.
Are you gonna just start shouting while she does incantations?
So, kids! Yeah, no. So if I whispered it to her and then step forward to just carry on talking,
Do a bluff check. If this is still a thing.
It's
there
not.
is
I
no
bet
such
it's
thing
not.
as a bluff.
Son of a
There's
ditch.
deception.
There's deception or performance.
Deception. I really need to look at these goddamn new character sheets.
You do!
6.
All right.
I fooled nobody.
Well, I'm gonna make you, as punishment, I'm gonna make you still try and do it anyways.
But badly.
Okay. Let me think of how best to humiliate myself.
Yeah.
What sushi roll fits my personality?
What are you
Sounds like a
doing?
Facebook quiz.
Look, yeah, I'm looking up sushi rolls.
Cinnamon.
California roll.
Yeah, California works.
Oh, that works.
Were we doing something?
Yeah, Becky's trying to work out how best to humiliate herself.
Oh, I had it, but then, like, Nick started talking about what kind of role he was.
Sorry.
So what kind of role are you, Nick? We need to know now.
Can I be a dragon roll? It's my favorite.
Okay, but what's in a dragon roll?
Dragons.
Eel?
Eel.
Yeah.
Weird, we just chuck those in plastic pots.
And jelly.
It's barbecued eel. Shrimp tempura.
Yeah, I really want you to try what we pass off as eel here.
Jelly nails.
It's just served in a, like, little plastic tub in its own slime that's set.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me sad.
It made the eel fucking sad too.
You think you're having a bad day? Imagine if you were the eel. Okay. So,
Beans on toast.
enough's
then
going
eels.
to give the nudge to try detecting magic to trees, and then to cover up her trying to cast the spell unnoticed, which, like, I know that I'm going to fail my deception, but is she going to fail, would it be sleight of hand to do it, despite my terribleness?
Well, I've already cast it. It's not.
Yeah, it's just
like
whether
a-
you deceive everyone into not noticing.
Well, I just hope that they're as oblivious as we're believing them to be.
Don't think they are.
Oh dear,
I think we've entered the village of the damned.
oh dear.
Yeah.
So, your husband, then, he seems terrible. Is there anything you want to tell us?
Well, he's rude and boorish and just generally unpleasant. But he is my husband. And what's your friend doing?
Sorry, furbolgs, they're strange. Yeah. So, are you happy then?
Surely that's a deception now on the furbolgs are rubbish thing.
Yeah, furbolgs are rubbish, that's all this is. It's just casual racism, that's what I'm going to use.
They're just strange, you know.
Yeah, they're just a weird people. Don't
Yeah.
look at them.
Trees, as you cast Detect Magic, all 5 of the people, the 4 children and the mother, light up
Yeah.
with a school of magic that is unknown to you.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, what?
It's either that it's not a specific school of magic that's known, or it's an unknown kind of magic.
Okay.
Is there such a thing as a known kind of magic in this town that one of us two hasn't cast? Just asking.
For a friend. Okay.
Make your own deception check.
Me? Why? What am I decepting?
Because I was not helpful. I just insulted a family and then called you a freak.
I wasn't trying to deceive anything. So everyone right now is glowing at me.
Yes.
Lit up like Blackpool front. Cool.
I must say that healthy life must be agreeing with you. You're positively glowing.
But tush.
Don't you comment on my tush.
I like the idea that we just heard that from upstairs and now we're just like...
Just sort of,
I think Latonk's just fallen down the stairs. Had a crash.
The woman locks eyes with you, Trees, and she just drops all pretense of pleasantness. You had to go and get involved in our business, didn't you?
I mean, literally, that's why we're here.
The children all stand, as intimidating as that is, to see 5 children rise in unison. But
Oh
all
god,
of
that
them,
sounds sinister.
yeah, all of them begin to shift and shimmer, their skin kind of crawling, each of them becoming covered in fur.
Ooh.
Oh,
What kind of fur?
is that not the right response?
It's like matted gray fur.
Okay.
Their hands twist and pop together, forming claws.
Ooh.
Their faces elongating into snouts.
Wayute.
yeah, I've heard that splitting the party is a bad idea, and I thought this might actually be a safe time to do it, but no.
We're in a house full of freaking werewolves and you're just upstairs, I don't know, sniffing the chamber pot. What were you doing?
Whatever he's into, I suppose.
How's the room laid out? Is Thomas still stood close to the little nippers, or did he move back when he was said about them?
He's moved back a little bit, but he's still closest to them.
Well, we haven't been asked to roll initiative yet, so that's a thing.
Now roll initiative.
Ah, shit.
Why did you open your mouth?
Because I thought we were either missing something or things weren't as bad as they looked.
Well, 15.
Am I rolling initiative?
You are not.
19.
Ladies first.
Trees, why don't you roll for Doggo?
Yay! We haven't got any. What Doggo stats? Yeah.
Doggo is average dog.
Well, what are the
What's his
stats for an
dexterity
average dog?
modifier?
He has
sure?
no bonuses.
We fed
Okay.
him and we walked him, and you're saying that we don't get a super cool, awesome dog already?
What are the manual stats for a Doggo?
Oh, god damn
It
it.
must be in there.
Dexterity +2.
Oh. We need to roll for Thomas as well, I'm guessing.
I've rolled for Thomas.
Alright, okay.
Natural 20 for Doggo.
Nice.
Speedy dog. You watch, the bloody thing's just been sat there the whole time like, smells like dog in here. Not once did we consult the bloody thing.
You did not.
God damn it. Trees, one job.
Doggo instantly lunges for the lady.
I don't like the idea of murdering people in their own home.
He takes a little leap at the woman, who sidesteps as she finishes her transformation, sprouting a long tail and drawing a blade.
What kind of tail? Like a furry tail?
Like a rat tail.
Ooh.
Oh, for the love of... Is this you just being really uppity because we snarked at you once for having us, killing rats and that's all we're ever going to get to fight now?
No.
A were-rat!
It is a were-rat.
Right, we've had 4 crocodiles and everything else has been various sizes of rat. They've just got bigger rats. Where's the escalation after this?
Don't
Don't
ask
answer.
about the
Giant
werebears.
rats.
Giga rat.
Prude rat.
Rat bear.
Mecha rat.
Ratzilla.
Mecha rat. Oh man, I'm gonna
Mecha
take notes.
Ratzilla.
That's a good idea.
Don't give him ideas. Why are you giving him ideas? Look, first Earth being like, oh, we haven't had to roll for initiative yet. Now we're going to have to fight a mecha rat. And you know what? She's going to make us roll for initiative.
No, I mean, you're going to have to fight a mecha rat. I'm going to be...
You're just going to live upstairs now.
Latonk is gonna have his own adventures.
She's just going to find a rat to ride off to the distance then. On. Don't ride off in the rat. Please don't do that.
Perfect. All right.
What's the battle order? I tried working it out. I got distracted.
The battle order is Doggo, Thomas, Lady, then it would be Trees, Child 1, enough, Child 2 through 4. Just leaving that as a note there for me.
What about guard? Wimpy little guard boy.
Guard has fled. He pieced out as soon as he saw this.
Right, I like how my first thing I was going to do is turn to the little guard and just be like, bucket! And
There's just an empty space where he was.
I'm glad he doesn't need any help from me. I guess he got a crit on initiative too. Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to turn and
You
shout
should
run.
Oh.
And it's just the empty door, and I'm like, good job! You finally did something right!
A little puff of dust.
Thomas lets out a surprised yelp, and draws Goldie. He feels very conflicted about swinging his giant axe at what were formerly children. Let's see. He decides he's okay with it.
Yay!
Oh no!
Attaboy.
But the house is narrow enough that it's difficult for him to swing the axe, so he kind of pushes with the whole hilt.
I like the
towards
idea that he
kids.
just sits them all back down on the sofa.
They kind of take a stumble backwards, but reposition themselves pretty quickly. They don't take any damage. The lady is going to take a stab at Doggo. Wow. Doggo bites the lady's hand in retaliation. And she takes 1 point of damage. And drops her blade and hisses. Now it's Tree's turn.
Alright, what do I want to do? Let's mess some shit up. Okay, I've got my staff. Can't do guidance. Not going to do my spirit token. Yeah, I'll just take a two-handed swing at him for a d8.
At who?
Whoever's closest.
You're equidistant. Do you want to fight the children or do you want to fight the mom?
I think Cheese would probably go for the largest creature there.
Okay.
Bonus points if you just sit her down in the fire.
Depends how hard I smack her. Attack, 1d20 plus 3. Okay. 7.
Okay. You take a two-handed swing at the lady as Doggo kind of still holds her wrist. She manages to duck and roll out of the dog's grip and avoiding your blow.
Okay.
It is the biggest child's turn, who is going to lunge at Thomas, who bounces off the large half-orc, kind of unfazed from the child attack. Enough, it's your turn.
Enough is going to cast Thunderwave. The range is self to a 15-foot cube, so I'm assuming that it'll get everyone. Yeah?
I think you're closer to the children than to the mom, so you're just out of reach of them.
With the movement that I have, would I be able to position myself to hit them all?
You can, but you're going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
I'll take it.
Okay. So, enough darting around the mother who's dodge rolled. She's going to take a swipe at your feet. Oh, god damn it. What is your AC?
10.
And she's going to hit and deal 6 points of damage.
Ooh.
So,
Ouch.
seeing you kind of dart past her, she swipes at your ankle, causing you to stumble a little bit.
Okay. Does she get left leg or right? Because right's got a tail on it, so
I'll say your right leg.
I'm guessing that's not going to trip me as badly. Oh, poor tail. So, Thunderwave will give me 2d8 and push them back 15 feet, and they can take a Constitution save for half that and no pushback.
Okay. Can you inflict friendly fire with this?
It's an evocation spell, so since I've got sculpt spells, I can make it miss people I don't want it to hit.
I see.
So it won't get Trees or Thomas. Wow. 4.
What about Doggo?
I get up to my wizard level, so 3, so it can miss all 3 of them.
What about
Okay.
Latonk?
He's upstairs.
Is that 15 foot away?
I don't care. What are you going to do? Just, jump up a bit? I like
Just
the idea
get
that
blown
he's got
into the ceiling.
Okay, I want you to designate, because you do have a hard limit. You're going to shape it to miss those 3.
If Latonk is upstairs and, within 15 feet cube of where I'm aiming, then yeah, I guess I'm going to just send him up in the air a bit.
Okay, Latonk, roll for a constitution save.
19.
Yeah, that beats my spell save.
Nice. So, all of the children get blasted off their feet and slam into the wall. They're a little dazed, but manage to pick themselves up. They don't look too much worse for wear. The one that was the mother, the large were-rat, stays on her feet.
So she only takes half damage.
That's correct.
Do I take half damage?
All right. So the remaining 3 children are all going to attack Thomas. None of them managing to hit. Latonk, you hear what definitely, and have now felt the effects of, pitched combat beneath you.
Okay, I've had a plan.
Is it hide under the bed until it all blows over?
I'm going to do an acrobatics check because for some reason I've got it into my head that Latonk does this kind of shit. So Latonk is going to try and jump out of the window and land presumably at the front of the house near the door into the room where everyone's fighting.
Okay.
So yeah, acrobatics plus 5. 20.
Okay. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to have you guess high or low because you did not also spot where the windows are.
Oh no.
Hi.
All right. Latonk, on pure luck, you take a running leap backwards and realizing mid-jump you don't actually know where the windows are, but are merely guessing, are thankful to do a backflip through said window and land outside.
I was lucky.
You are like 30 feet away from them now, though.
Okay.
Roll initiative for me.
21.
I will give you first right for this turn, and that will be your new starting position.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you're gonna have to charge into the house.
Yeah, I got 35 speed.
Did anyone see his little backflip? Because it's not cool if no one noticed it.
No, nobody saw it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run into the middle of the room, I guess. Actually, no. Would I be able to see anyone from outside?
No.
No.
Do you reckon? Right,
You're
through
blind.
I'm blind.
I forgot
Could he
about
have heard the feet?
How did you forget about that? That's like the whole basis of your character.
Because he just did a backflip out of a window and landed it.
Are you saying that as he did the backflip, the pan flew off? Because really, that'd make everything easier for everyone.
Stop hating on the pan. Right. Right, yeah, Latonk's just going to run into the room because he doesn't know who stood where, and he doesn't want to run in and drop kick the first person he senses because that might be friendly.
Okay. It's Doggo's turn, and he's gonna keep trying to bite the lady. That's a successful bite for 2 damage. The lady goes for her blade again, but Doggo is waiting and snaps at her hand paw, causing her to recoil and hiss. It's Thomas's turn, and deciding now is the time to swing on the children. He's gonna bring Goldie up and swing down on the largest were-rat child. But the were-rat child makes a roll at the last second, his tail being clipped off
Ooh.
by Goldie.
Enough's gonna wince.
Were-rat lady is going to take the time to pick up her weapon and make a quick secondary strike. Now at Enough, who she has identified, goddammit, as the biggest threat. Enough, make a reflex. Reflex check?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Oh, god damn it.
Acrobatics?
Dexterity.
7.
Alright. The lady makes a stab attempt at you, but you kind of circle out of the way. You feel like you could have had a chance to attack, but you were caught off guard, especially from the swipe at your leg and tail.
Okay, I'm just going to do standard attack again.
To the were-rat lady?
Yeah. Always go for the biggest one first. Boom, 10.
You do another double-handed power strike at the lady as she is perplexed, trying to fight enough, but this causes her to duck just in time to avoid your attack. Now let's see. Child 1. The were-rat is going to lunge at Thomas, who does hit, scratching at Thomas's bare chest for a little bit of damage. Thomas does not seem to be perturbed. It's Enough's turn.
Before doing anything else, she's gonna look down at the were-rat lady.
Mhm.
Is this strictly necessary?
She hisses.
Okay. Is there a world where a 10-foot radius sphere would hit all the were-rats and exclude one person?
What's the centre
Ours?
point of the sphere?
I can put it wherever.
So could you put it slightly behind them and not get any of us?
Maybe. I only need to miss one of us, and because it's evocation, I can miss the rest of us.
All the were-rats and not hit anybody. No.
Alright, even though I can miss 3 people if they're within that 10 feet.
Yes.
Alright, if I just go for the 4 kids, can I miss?
Yep.
Right. That is 3d8, and they can save for half.
Damn.
It has a damaging effect on unworn or uncarried objects, especially against metal and stone. So that's 12 damage and the furniture ruined.
Nice.
Possibly the back wall of the house, I don't know where it landed.
No, you've hit the back wall of the house. Save for half damage. Okay.
And you're up against 13.
Well then, 3 of the children crumple from the intense damage they've now taken from this. The lead child shrugging it off entirely.
Someone watching TV in the background.
No, my roommates are back.
Ah.
One of them.
Can you tell them to fuck off or put some headphones on?
Well,
If I just take them some headphones, don't make it a question.
Where are we? Where the fuck am I?
I just murdered 3 children and I don't know if I blew out the back wall or not, you didn't tell me.
You didn't blow it out, but there's cracks all of in the wall.
Aww. Did I at least trash the sofa?
Yes,
Did it look cool?
does.
Yes.
So, the remaining child is looking beleaguered along with the were-rat lady who howls at the loss of the other 3. Oh, they're all dead. So it's Latonk's turn.
I'm a punch the rat lady. I say punch, like I could run up and drop kick her or something.
Do you want to drop kick her?
Just grab her by the tail and just like throw her in the fire like a
that
sad
might
fairy
require-
tale.
Actually, yeah, I'll try that. That's been in
Inventive?
inventive. Yeah, I try and grab a tail and throw her into a fire.
Okay.
I'd thought being a rat she'd have been able to just detach her tail as soon as she got attacked.
That's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's lizards.
It's lizards. You're not supposed to take a rat's tail off. They don't grow back. It's part of the
I
spine.
know they don't grow back, but they can detach it if they get caught.
I think in the same way that like people can detach their legs if they get caught.
I could have just punched her. 11.
So Latonk, you leap on top of it, putting the were-rat lady in a headlock. She kind of squirms her way out, causing you to kind of come down on your feet, standing but not grappling her.
Okay.
Doggo will successfully nip at her heels. Doggo has been consistently the most effective damage dealer in this battle,
Wow.
other than Enough.
Yeah, you'd better walk that back.
Doggo, you the real MVP. Trees wipes a tear.
Oh.
Enough did take out 3 targets, though.
And a sofa. And I want it noted it was a cool explosion.
It was. Now it's Thomas's turn. Feeling emboldened by Enough's brazen attack on children,
Oh, God.
Thomas will bring his axe down on the remaining were-child rat and cleaving it in half.
Oh, nice.
He lets out a yell. Rah!
Quick question. After they
Uh-huh.
die, do they stay ratty?
They do.
Oh, good.
They do not morph back into children.
Because that would have been hard to cover up.
Yeah, I was more thinking, do we have to drag Mumsy into the street to make a point that we didn't just murder, like, just people just having the dinner?
They wouldn't answer the questions.
And the sofa was really ugly, you have to understand.
All right. God, whose turn is it now? It
It's your roommates
is
to turn that fucking tally.
Were Rat Lady, who will perform a lunging stab at Enough, having now easily taken out the most of her rat babies with a stab to your gut.
I guess we'd better do some credits then. I'm Becky Toothill, and I can be found as Curiosity Epidemic on Twitter, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And if you wanted to see the character sheets for anybody that we're playing as, then they can be found on curiosityepidemic.wordpress.com. James didn't want to record any credits, but you can have these two.
I am Jane Eris Magnet. I can be found on Twitter and YouTube as Maniac Janiac. I can be found on SoundCloud as Jane Eris Magnet, where I do a comedy podcast talking about various bits of interesting media and music and stuff, games we've played, and lots of silly skits. That's Queer and Pleasant Strangers that I do with Laura Kate Dale. Also on stonemonkeyradio.blog, where I write reviews. And I can be found every Thursday UK time around 19:30 hours over on twitch.tv/Janiac, where I'll be playing something with the help of my sexy potato squad, my wonderful streaming community.
Hi, this is Nick, the Dungeon Master for the game, and you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and stream at the Nick Flair. And if you'd like to read some media analysis and self-reflections that I'm writing, you can follow my blog at storieswithnick.blog. Thanks for listening.